Welcome to the program. It is 5 o'clock here in the Keys, which doesn't mean that you just like pop open the glove box and pull out your bottle of rum because you're commuting. You're driving a car, so that would be a bad idea. Welcome to The View from Paradise. My name is Mark Mills, the radio show that it's kind of like somebody clubbed the horse coming out of the gate,
yes.
You know? We've started and never stopped, but stumbled a couple of times out of the chute. But Harry and I are both healthy again.
Yes, we are.
Back in the saddle. We could sing that together, but, you know, people really get the wrong idea about you and I.
If you'll be Dale, I'll sing it with you.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Okay, no, you can be Trigger. Right, so.
I look like Gabby Hayes.
Yeah, Luke Hasty Pepina. Folks, welcome to the program. This is The View from Paradise on Radio A1A and Cruisin Country, the A1A Media Network, and we are really pleased to have you with us.
Yes.
We are live from Bayside Gourmet at 82.7, probably the best Italian food and pizza you are ever going to eat here in the Keys, certainly. So, I don't know, maybe you'd have to go to Naples or Sicily or something, but, you know. So we got Anthony. You're an amazing guy in the kitchen, but I got to get you to move your microphone just a little closer. There you go.
There you go.
Good man. All right. Completely unaffected by my BS. I like that.
No,
I respect that. So,
no.
How are you this evening, sir?
I'm well, gentlemen. How are you?
Good.
Very well.
You know, is Super Bowl kind of leave you alone, or were you guys busy yesterday?
A lot of takeout, delivery.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're not much of a sports bar or anything like that. But I had the Puppy Bowl playing on the on the big screen in the back. I did my part.
Yeah, you did.
Uh-huh.
Good for you. I didn't know you guys are delivering pizzas now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Breakfast,
Excellent.
lunch, dinner, and delivery.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
keeps us busy. That's for
Holy
sure.
cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worst thing you're going to do though is do you have a full liquor license or not?
No, just beer and wine.
Good. Probably want to stay that way. You know, that full liquor license.
Yeah, it's a whole nother can of worms.
Well, you know, and any guy I know,
Especially a
who,
marathon.
Yeah, went from a bar, went from owning a restaurant that had beer and wine to a full bar. Hair went white immediately. Just gone. Either that or it just jumps off your scalp and runs away. So, you know.
Well, this started with pizza drivers and drinking. How does that, is that
I don't
bad
have
for...
to tie this together,
Oh,
man.
okay.
This is
I'm
my
sorry.
show.
Okay.
Quiet.
All right.
All right? Jeez.
And welcome back, by the way, Mark.
Yeah, well, welcome back to you too, sir. You know, Harry got a new pacemaker out of the deal, or at least rewired, and
Yes.
you know, I got a new big toe, and you know, life is good. So, you know, who knew you could drop $40,000 getting an infection, you know, taken care of. So, healthcare. There you go. You know, so moving right along, Anthony, tell me, what are the specials for this evening?
We have a fish cake appetizer, kind of our take on a crab cake with Thai chili sauce.
Wow, that sounds really good.
It is really good, yeah. We have grouper piccata with artichokes and sun-dried tomatoes. And we have a chicken cutlet with melted provolone cheese, and then we top that with a little bit of gnocchi Alfredo.
Do you do that as a sandwich as well?
The fish cake?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean the chicken breast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the fish cake. Yeah, we do that on like a Kaiser roll.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
sounds way good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What kind of fish do you use?
Grouper. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know, what's plentiful here? You know.
Is it seasoned?
We get a lot of our grouper from the
Commercial.
Bahamas.
Bahamas,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So,
Which is kind of full time there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And 90 minutes across the water, good to go. Nothing to it. So, but you know, I mean, when you have a big thing like the Super Bowl or something like that happening, and you're right, you're not a sports bar, but you're doing Italian and pizza delivery. How do you guys prep for something like that?
You just never know.
Yeah?
You're just always ready.
Yeah.
You're just always ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I would never be a logistics man. It's just not possible.
You do the best you can.
Yeah.
You track from last year and things like that, but you just never know.
If you got a last year to track from.
Right, exactly.
It's always
exactly right.
beneficial, definitely.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, I mean, the menu sounds good tonight. I got a table coming in, so, we'll be chowing down.
All right.
We're excited.
I'm going to go prep for it and get
Cool.
ready.
I smell some wonderful garlic.
I know.
dishes.
Don't
you smell that?
It always happens
me hungry.
right towards the beginning of the show, too. I mean, I don't know if somebody just throws a handful of it on the grill and lets it go.
Yeah.
Butter, garlic, and wonderful smells.
This is how I think I get my wife kind of, a little stirred up,
We used to roast it. Just roast the whole cloves of garlic and just spread it on the bread. Yeah.
It's incredible, and trust me, women do sort of course, I'm speaking to an Italian chef and trying to tell him, roast some garlic. Women really go for it.
All right,
amazing.
boys.
Isn't
We'll have
it?
a good show.
Thank you, sir.
All
Appreciate
right.
you stopping by and letting us
care.
use your restaurant. You bet.
got it.
Anthony.
So, Anthony from Bayside Gourmet here, 82.7. Folks, you got to come down and check it out. This is as good Italian food as I've had anywhere on the planet. And I've had Italian food damn near all over the planet. So,
And a glass of Chianti, the
real stuff.
authentic Neapolitan food,
Yeah.
and Chianti.
Yeah.
Yum, yum.
It's the bomb. It's as good as it gets. Transitioning slowly in a moment, I think Bob's got a video game going on his phone there. So
No.
we're going to give him a minute. Bob Dobe will be joining us in a minute. We want to stop and take a bow of thanks to all of the people who make this program happen each and every week. David Hartman is a new guy, and he's going to join us in a bit. Fantastic endeavors. This is kind of a bucket list thing, folks. If you are, kind of getting to that point in your life where, there's some things you want to get before it all gets done, then David is your guy, and we're going to show you over the next week or so how to get a hold of him, talk to him, and, well, lo and behold, here he is.
He is. Hello, David.
Good afternoon.
All right. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Good. So, fantastic endeavors. This is, I love this, your email address, dave@bucketlisttrip.com.
Bucket wish trip.
Bucketwishtrip.com. Okay. Now, new venture for you, or you've been doing this for a while, or?
No, in here in Key Largo, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I've been a home-based travel agent for 15 years.
Okay. So, in the biz a long time, know the angles and know how to operate. This is a good thing because,
Yes.
my wife still insists on planning all of our trips. And as one of these days, I'm just going to move her over into your column, and
thank you.
You guys will work things out. Well, every couple of months we say we're not going to go anywhere for the rest of the year now, and then another idea. I want to go there. Oh, okay,
That's always how it goes.
Well, you know what, man? I have this is time number 2 for me. So you know what? When she says I want to do something, I'm good to go. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the appropriate attitude to have,
Yes.
especially when it comes to travel and your spouse.
Yes, and I'm sure Bob would agree. Happy wife, happy life.
Amen.
So, yeah, 4 guys at this table. Anybody argues that, leave now.
Yeah.
So, David, tell me about how did you get into the idea of the whole bucket wish trip?
Sure. So when I moved to Key Largo in 2004, not going on 16 years, I moved down for the scuba diving. And I was running a contracting business in Northern Virginia, painting houses. And I needed to do something that would keep me here more.
Yeah.
So I took my lifestyle, turned into a business.
There you go.
Initially, it was just adventure travel, dive training, because in scuba diving, once you're a professional dive instructor, you can organize your own trips.
Right.
So I started a website, Fantastic Endeavors, is a name that I always had, I liked.
Nice.
And I just started taking pictures I had from different trips I did and put them on the website.
Right.
I took a little Cayman of the sunset I still use today on my business card.
Right.
And I saw a friend in high school at a trip and said, hey, you build websites now? Here, I give her my card. Build a website around that. And she
There you
did.
go.
So, which is just redone recently. And
Now, is that your website address too? Bucket Wish Trip?
Bucket Wish Trip is a new brand.
Okay.
Because I was in a franchise for a while. I was trading under a franchise name.
Right.
When I rebooted it, Fantastic Endeavors was kind of long gone for a while, and it was also a long URL. I need something more catchy.
Right.
And Bucket List Trip is kind of a generic thing. I need something unique. So I came
Right.
up with Bucket Wish Trip.
I like bucket wish.
Yeah.
Joe. That's good.
So my big thing in my promo and whatever I tell people is that, I ask people 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip?
Right.
And where do you wish you were right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are things that make people think about.
Yeah. Has anybody ever surprised you with the answer?
Oh, yeah. People surprise me all the time.
So then you go there, right, and check it out.
Yeah. That's my job. I'm always working,
Yeah, that works. Cool. All right, man. So, fastest, easiest way for people to get a hold of you.
Always call or email.
Okay.
So my direct line is 305-453-9208.
Okay, 9208.
And that number is a home office line. You can't text me there, but it does follow me wherever I go.
Cool.
And it goes right to my cell phone voicemail.
They'll track you down.
It tracks me down.
Yeah.
And then my email is Dave, D-A-V-E, at bucketwishtrip.com.
Okay. Well, we're going to be talking to you more in the future.
Hey,
definitely.
Mark.
Yes, sir.
We kind of did some due diligence on Dave before we identified him as
thank
a
God. You let anybody on here. Yeah.
Well, in this case, we wanted to make sure if someone went traveling with someone that
Right.
they came back and they were happy.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we noticed that at some of the franchise, I'm not going to name any names, travel agencies, a lot of people came back unhappy.
Yeah.
Dave is independent, just
Yeah.
like the music on our radio station.
Mm-hmm.
You ask him a question, you're talking to the boss
Yeah.
there on the trip or wherever you might find him. So that is, you're going to the head man to begin with. So that's one of the reasons
Start at the top.
we wanted Dave, we wanted him as a sponsor on Radio A1A.
Cool
Thank you
beans.
for joining us.
And to be very clear, I'm certified by the state of Florida, very
Excellent.
strict licensing.
Okay.
And I also have my Monroe County license.
Good.
I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce in Ocean Reef and in Key Largo. I'm
Excellent.
very active in the community, both in nonprofits and also with the local business community.
So, folks, this guy is legit.
He is.
Yeah.
Big time.
Which
Dave-
is very important when you're choosing travel.
Oh, God, yes, of course it is.
Gosh.
You know.
And to keep people posted out there, all I do is read travel magazines. I tell people, my girlfriend's like, you hear what went on? I said, if it's not in travel news, I don't know about
Yeah, I
it.
don't know about it. Sorry.
It's got to be in the trades. And,
That's it.
And trust me, I know what's going on about the Wuhan virus. I know what's going on about the political situation with our government and blocking destinations. I know it all. So if you have a question, just give me a call.
Cool. Good enough. David, fantastic endeavors. You like this a lot. We're going to be talking more about it.
Fantastic.
Appreciate you coming by, man.
Appreciate you having me. It's good to be here.
Absolutely.
And
We'll
thanks
talk to you
for my
soon. Be good.
service.
Oh, you're welcome. Isn't it beautiful?
Moving on down the list of people who make this program possible each and every week is Sunshine Title, Jenny Pinnell and her crew up there at 103. Hey, you know what, folks, if you are thinking about selling your own home because you want to save maybe a little bit of the commission, I know I've got a lot of friends who are real estate agents who are like probably on the other side of the fence over there lobbing rocks over right now. But you know what? 6% is 6%. And let's face it, folks, when you can save that money on the sale of your home, there's a way that you want to go about it. And part of that is you want to have a good title company that will, shall we say, grab the tiller and steer the ship, to use proper nautical terms. So as Sunshine Title, they're there to help you get a clean, clear title on your home sale and transaction and home purchase, and that's all they're there for. They're not in it for billable hours. So bear that in mind. We'll let that go. 305-451-0032, the number to call, or Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys on the web. Moving right along, Jim LaPointe is our local lender guy that we talked to. 3.6
Yeah.
on a 30-year fixed.
That's what we published this week on Radio A1A.
3.6, man. That's amazing. The 15-year rate, I think he's hovering just above 3.
Yep.
You know a little bit about interest rates.
Yeah.
All his stuff, I'm sure, is paid off.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's just squeegee that one right off the board, and we'll move right along from there. Go to our website. Jim LaPointe's number is right there on our website at radioa1a.com, and get all the information you need. Also, a great local lender for you realtors that are working mobile home deals and that type of thing. He does single wide financing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. Still does.
This day and age, there's nothing wrong with that. So Monroe County bail bonds, come on down on vacation. Bobby Dobe will send you home on probation. So,
Come on vacation, leave on probation. That's our
it.
motto.
Yep.
You'll love our bars.
They're all the same color, and they all clank. Also, Michael Marinelli from American Caribbean Real Estate. The guy is all about service, bottom line. So, and the crime novels of the Jake Sullivan series from author Chip Bell. I think he's got 16 or 18 of them out now.
Yes.
All titled after Jimmy Buffett songs.
Yes.
Great beach reads. They are going to be available soon on audiobook if they're not already.
The first one it's called Come Monday.
There you go.
It's
Great
available
book.
on audio.
Great book. I read a good portion of it. So just having to get off the beach a little early that day. So catch my drift. So moving right along. And again, all the Chip Bell stuff is also available through our website, which we'll link you off to Amazon and, the great beyond where you can spend all your money. Moving right along, folks, it is a new year, and New Year's sadly becomes new rules. And Bob Dobe is with us. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, day after the Super Bowl, lots of times it's hard to get guests.
Yes.
They're still
Speaking of the Super Bowl, I was there all last week.
Yeah,
at our
Miami.
booth up there at the Bayside.
How did that work
location.
out?
It was great. We had
there was sort of an environmental theme to it, wasn't there? Yeah.
And of course, our commissioner Rodney Barretto, commissioner for the FWC, is the president of the Super Bowl committee. So we played a big part, not just on land. We had our big booth. We had lionfish there. We had like every hour or so we had a python demonstration. We had like 12, 13-foot pythons there. And
well, this is just catch and kill, isn't it?
Yeah. So, we had like hundreds of people come and watch our guys catch the python and show people how to safely do it and, educate them on pythons. And
I like the way the Goliath grouper handles the lionfish.
Yes. But that's talking to our biologists that were there. It's not a proven method of eradicating lionfish because the videos out there on YouTube is the Jewfish or Goliath grouper, it was being taunted with the lionfish.
Right.
So,
well, there you go.
But it's very unfortunate. Yeah. So if you're speaking of lionfish, if you're out there diving, snorkeling, take them.
Yeah,
and they're good eating. Of course, we all know that.
They're very good eating. Well, you got to know which part to eat.
Yes. Well, the fillet. So they are.
Yeah, there's a medallion of meat right behind the head that.
They're venomous. They're not poisonous. It'll give you some discomfort, but
they're delicious.
Just be careful. Yeah, they are delicious. Yes.
They are good.
Here, you can
lionfish ceviche.
Yeah, you can have all the lionfish, snakes, and iguanas you want.
Yes,
tastes like chicken. There you go.
Yeah, they call that iguana chicken of the trees.
Chicken of the
and people said, "Have you eaten it?" I was like, "I've never been that hungry to try and eat an iguana yet." But
I've had iguana. It is pretty good, actually.
Really?
You got to do it right. That's all. It's like anything else.
True.
You marinate it. If you're just gonna go out and grab the iguana out of the tree, surprise it. lop its noggin off and gut it and throw it on the fire. No, it's going to be like eating a pair of Adidas.
Really?
But you got to marinate it and soften it up a little bit. Pull out a little wood mallet and
beat it like a conch.
Beat the crap out of it like a conch. Yeah.
Luckily, I can afford to buy chicken.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So. Again, like I said, I've never been that hungry. But,
right.
Yeah.
I'm with Doobie.
It's like frog legs. I'm not a frog leg guy. I was like, it tastes like chicken. I was like, no, I'll eat chicken.
Well,
that's just me.
Nothing wrong with that. But chicken is you're putting a chicken out of its misery. If you put a mirror, in a chicken coop, everybody be dead. They'd all commit suicide. So
true.
Look at themselves and go, "That's what I look like. Kill me now, please." Whatever. So, but new rules for the year, right? Because you were up at the Super Bowl, hanging out for a couple.
I did not go to the game.
Okay.
So,
well, that kind of sucks.
I had yesterday off, but I was up there for a week straight.
Yeah.
But new rules. Not to inundate everyone with all the new rules. The FWC has a fishing app. It has all the rules, regulations, size limits, seasons, and fish. There's also a great app which I actually like a little better than the FWC app.
Yeah.
Is the Fish Rules 2020. It updates every time you open it up. It it tells you if you're in state waters in the Atlantic, federal water in the Atlantic. And down here, we're special, so you have the Gulf State.
GPS pinpoints you and tells you everything that's there that you can catch.
It's on the bottom, so it'll tell you you're in federal waters in the Gulf. See right here, because we're on this side of the highway. So it says Florida Gulf State Waters. I'm showing Chris here on my app.
I love this.
Yeah, so it's, there's no reason to not to know the fishing
there isn't.
Size limits regulations nowadays, because everyone has a phone.
Well, we were talking before the show. I mean, are you not just like flat out dumbfounded when a guy comes down here from Miami or Broward or West Palm or even like Jacksonville or something like that, or middle of the state? I love that. They come down from like the Palms, or something, and they roll in here, and you catch them with a bunch of lobsters out of season, or berryback lobsters, or
anyone that's lived down, I'm sure you've seen the newspapers and some of the radio shows I've been on. We've made some really great
Are there other radio
cases.
shows here? Oh.
One or two,
Kidding.
yes. But kudos to Dennis Ward in the state attorney's office and his staff there. But man, we've been some great jail time on some of these guys that come down from the mainland. Yeah. Our partners to the north, and
there's no
getting
reason,
jail time.
Yeah. There's no reason in the world for anybody to come from another part of Florida and not know.
Yeah. Well, Mark, it all comes down to greed.
Yeah.
And then like from 2 years ago was what we called the Alabama 7, which were a couple firemen and stuff from Alabama, and I think there was one from Georgia. They got hammered down in Marathon by.
Well, they should have been hammered down in Marathon too.
They got a ride to jail, but some of them can never fish in the waters of Monroe County again. So we like to see the honest monetary fines and hit them in the wallet.
Yeah, make it where it counts, man.
So we've been our officers have been making some great cases here recently. Some stone crab cases. Because sometimes some of these cases take a year or so to come to court and to get sentencing, and a lot of people forget about it. Like when was that? But the wheels of justice sometimes turn a little slowly. Yeah, but that's the world we live in. And,
yes, it is.
But thanks to the state attorney's office at Dennis Ward, he just stays on top of it. And then when we finally get a conviction and sentencing, we like to put the word out there. So
that's good, man.
That's why I'm here. Yeah. Spread the word.
Absolutely.
But if you are going to go out there fishing, diving, and you're not, privy to all our laws and regulations, go to our website, myfwc.com, or like Chris just downloaded the Fish Rules app.
Yeah.
It has pictures. It has, the methods of take. At this fish you can spear, this one you can't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of laws and regulations out there.
Well, everybody's got a smartphone.
Of course.
Come on.
And believe me, I know there's a lot, I've been doing this for way too many years, and there's a lot of fishing rules and regulations, but, it's for, conserving, so when, one day when I have grandkids, I could take them out there and catch a fish at the reef line or jump in the water and grab some dinner. So
the environment is a most talked about topic right now.
Yes.
Campaign and everything else. But, if we don't take care of the waters around us here, we're just screwing ourselves. And
the waters and the reef, the reefs are hurting.
Yeah.
That's why people come down here, tourism, and they,
kill that. You pretty much kill the goose that laid the golden egg.
And with the sanctuary and their blueprint, they're trying to do their thing, and we just need to find a happy medium. I don't know if we're going to ever please everyone, but I think we need to start somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk to a guy who is, educated me on not pleasing everyone.
Doobie's got a point. We have the same problem with like the fill keys with the amount of trash on land.
Right.
But it's not just the fill keys are easy to see, but the amount of trash that comes on commercial properties, restaurants, things like that, just blow into the water.
Sure.
Right.
It's just it's a constant battle.
You got to find a better way.
Right.
There really is. I'm sure there must be. Don't you think?
We talk about water and reef here because that's our blood, so to speak.
Right.
But it's just land everywhere. I don't care if you're in Miami. You can go down streets and just see a mess.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's just a matter of just changing the whole thought process of everybody. Just try to be a little cleaner, a little more considerate.
Well, that shouldn't take any time at all.
and it starts with our youth,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think if you're just one of those guys that's going to throw a soda can or beer can off your boat or out your car window, your kids see that.
Yeah,
that's why
you
I
park
myself
that in their head that it's okay.
Yeah, I myself, we're in the Keys. I love going to the schools and teaching these kids, about that, and they grow up seeing that and appreciating the environment and the town they live in. So I get great enjoyment out of that.
That's cool. Well, good, man. I'm glad you do that. So, excellent.
we participate in a lot of those cleanups. And when the
Yes.
kids were little, we brought them with us. And to this day, we're out in the boat. My daughter will holler to slow down because she sees something floating.
Yeah, my
she's just
son-
in that mode where
Yeah.
she's always
But the
diving,
man-
anything. We pick stuff up.
What better gift can you give your kids, quite frankly, when you think about it, to have a conscience about what they do to their environment? You know,
But it's hard to pass
You know, Mark,
on.
it seems like common sense, but a lot of parents, unfortunately, don't pass that down
There
to
isn't-
their kids.
it is common sense. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
just
and
it
they
seems like a
don't pass it
no-brainer,
along.
but it's
Yeah.
like you see things, and
Yeah.
to this day, I'm just amazed. You know, you know, it's probably been a couple weeks ago. I'm driving down the highway, and somebody throws it was a Burger King bag out there. I was like, are you kidding me? You know, I'm like,
Well, it's the same with anything. I was on a stretch and somebody passed me on the grass.
yeah.
And I go, really? I'm going 60, and he's bawhawing through the grass to get it one car length ahead.
And you see him at the traffic light when you get
To
to
You
Homestead.
have got to be pooping. Sorry.
No,
but I
no.
mean,
I drive the stretch a lot, you know. But
and he's driving on the grass
he
to
passed
get
me
ahead of
half on the grass and half on the asphalt to get one car length ahead. It's important. He saved, 40 feet?
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
40 feet ahead of me.
Those people you're not going to change. I mean, you can write them a ticket. Or,
I
you know,
think the
do what
best
you
way
need
to
do,
change them, like we were talking about winging them. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, Mark, there's just way too many of them.
Yeah, you
You
run
know,
out
on the
of-
weekends, the sandbar, you see all the
Oh.
trash and garbage
Yep.
floating out. I have a dip net on my boat. I just, beer bottles, soda bottles, water bottles, just
It's everything.
I'll fill up a 5-gallon bucket every single day.
This might be the final word on the sandbar, but I don't understand why anybody would go stand in 6-8 inches of urine.
That's why it's important to be at the head of the current and
Yeah.
not the back
You
end
wanna
of
be-
it.
Yeah, and you know
current
what?
of it.
How many of those guys, after being there for more than 10 minutes, are aware of where the current is at?
I don't
you're
think they
standing in pee when you're at the sandbar.
That's what keeps it nice and warm.
Or the brown trout are
Oh,
quite
great! Yeah, floater. Jesus.
Yeah, we're getting off topic.
No, we're not. We're spot on topic in my book.
I've got
so,
a question for
you know,
Bob. Bob,
yeah.
you pull up to one of these big outfits, this $1 million 5-engine outfit, and he looks at you and goes and tells you you're number one, and he throttles it. I know your machine might be good, but what do you do? I mean, do you have any Smokey and the Bandit kind of things happening?
No, but I always tell people, no matter how fast your boat is or your car, you're not going to be faster than the radio. So we can
you
call
cannot
ahead.
outrun radio.
Yep.
No, that's
So-
a fact.
But it's happened, though,
Yeah.
right?
It's been a while, but yeah. Yeah, people look at you and give you the one-finger wave and try to get going, but we get them stopped.
Yeah, you can't outrun
And
radio,
quite,
man.
quite frankly, I miss that. I mean,
You look at this. He's motivated.
talk about getting the blood in the
Yeah.
adrenaline going. I was like, it's been a while since I've had a good chase.
I like the guy near Buttonwood Bay that was going full speed and mistook the mangrove cheese for the channel.
Yeah.
Bawhawed right through him.
Yeah, it happens.
That was pretty
All
impressive.
you folks in Alabama that are listening on your smartphone, you better.
That one's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've been here too long. Yeah, I should write a book.
It's
But
Mark,
the
you know what
two of you should.
You know what the thing is, Mark, though? You can write a check for a giant boat. Doesn't mean you know how to run it.
No, you have no clue how to run.
They're out there like
You're
idiots.
absolutely
A
right.
prime example is that one that was up in Hollover. It's one of the the Hydro Sport.
Oh,
boats
yeah,
over here.
yeah.
Right.
He had FLIR, every
Yeah.
electronic known to man. He probably had a
Every
$300,000
reason in the world.
Turn 'em
electronics,
on.
Oh, yeah.
and he still
Yeah.
ran up on the rock
Rock.
jet.
Whoops.
Yep.
You know.
2 people got ejected. That's still under investigation too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That stuff is just mind-boggling
Yeah.
to me. And you know what? I'm not going to correct you often, but it is common sense.
Yes.
You know, it really is. And, you're right. You can write a check for
Decency.
$1 million boat. It doesn't mean you can have any idea how to run it.
Right.
That's a fact. So, Bob, it is always a pleasure when you come by
Thank
the
you,
show,
Bob.
man.
I really appreciate having me, and I like spreading the word. And
Anything new
You guys
that
are
you
great.
want to, lay on the tribe here, come by anytime, all right?
if you get low on the
guest?
the guest pool, I just did Rotary and Key Largo.
All right, cool.
You guys are at the bottom of the barrel. You call him Bobby Doobie.
Yeah. Well, we've only got 20 months left to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so-
we're going to use you up any way we can, pal.
If I'm around, I'll be glad to come on
Yeah.
anytime.
All right, man. Thank
Thanks,
you
Chris.
so much.
All right,
Appreciate
Bob.
it. Okay,
Hey, Bob.
be good.
All right, be safe out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Chris Sante is the other voice you're hearing there, folks. It's 29 minutes after the hour, and we're going to get more out of that voice in a few minutes. You're listening to The View from Paradise. Mark Mills, Harry Tiefert at the controls.
Oh, happy to be back.
We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
You've been coming to the Keys for a while, and you rent a nice place, but the rents keep going up. You know it's time to consider buying a home in the Keys. First thing, find out how much home you can afford. Time to talk to Jim. Jim LaPointe is your new Keys local lender. Easy qualifying, lowest rates, FHA, VA, conventional. Time to talk to Jim. Log on to radioa18.com. Click on interest rates. Rates change often, so check them daily. Time to talk to Jim.
For a great holiday read, pick up the latest Jake Sullivan thriller, Gypsies in the Palace. Jake has recovered from his gunshot-inflicted coma and heads to Key West. A late-night assault at his office catapults him back into the game, hunting for a deadly toxin threatening the Keys. Not knowing who is friend or foe, he and Mike Lang are led to the Bahamas to find the truth. There he discovers a trusted friend is actually a malevolent enemy. Pick up Chip Bell's latest gripper, Gypsies in the Palace, at chipbellauthor.com.
They may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone because Keys Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call KeysSmartphoneRepair.com. That's KeysSmartphoneRepair.com. KeysSmartphoneRepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair located in Tavernier, mile marker 90. KeysSmartphoneRepair.com. Click it now and save.
Monroe County Bail Bonds is a local family-owned and operated bail bonding agency in the Florida Keys, fully licensed and serving residents and visitors for over 20 years.
3-day getaway down in the Florida Keys. This time Duval Street got the best of me. I argued with the cop. He said I was speeding. Then I really ran out of luck. When my girlfriend leaned over and whispered real loud, he's stubborn when he's drunk. I came here on vacation. I'm going home on probation.
That's right. There's always an agent on call 24/7 at Monroe County Bail Bonds. Call us when you need us with 2 locations. Tavernier at 305-852-3268 or Key West at 305-296-7724 or go to FloridaKeysBail.com.
Going home on probation.
Welcome back to the program. This is The View from Paradise. My name is Mark Mills. Harry Tiefert's at the controls. Chris Sante is sitting across from me. Now, I remember speaking to you a while back on the radio and you saying that you were done with public life.
Yes. I mean,
liar.
Yeah, I know. Liar. I retired after 10 years.
Yeah.
And
thank you for your service, man.
Yeah,
You
appreciate
served the village and the rest of us very well.
Well, what happened is I had moved on to private adventures, my private enterprise.
It's all good.
But what happened is one of the Cheryl Meads resigned midterm.
Yeah.
So they put a call out to somebody to fill that spot. So there was a lot of candidates. There's 11 of us who applied, and there were some good choices.
Yeah.
But the reason I applied was because I know I'm not going to run for re-election in November. I don't want the seat.
Right.
And I'm already up to speed. And because of the fact that
the subtlety of the way that I don't want the seats.
Well, it's, like I said, it's been long enough.
Yeah.
But I'm up to speed on everything because I just got off.
Sure.
So one of the things I remember going back on council and when I first elected, it takes 3 to 6 months to get up to speed.
Oh, yeah.
There's all these back cases you got to reread and learn about, and you take a lot of staff time trying to come up to speed. So
well, it's like being a DA or something like that, or a public defender. You come on board, and it was just like all this stuff falls on you all of a sudden, and you got a pile of nighttime reading that's not very entertaining.
Right. So anyway, I felt it in best interest, since I have no future plans to do this. I figured it'd be easier to step in, take over that seat, and then let the other candidates. Like I said, there's I believe 8 candidates running for 4 seats already.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's quite a bit of people out there who, and like I said, let them run in campaign and let the electors vote somebody.
Is Mike going to run again?
He's running for county commissioner for Sylvia Murphy's seat.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Jim Mooney's running for Holly Rosheim's seat.
Right.
And then Deb Gillis is term limiting out.
Right.
And I'm not going to serve. So that leaves 4 empty seats.
Wow.
Ken Davis, if he stays, will be the mayor next year and will be the reigning council member with the most experience. Ken Davis.
Yeah.
So he'll have 2 years experience going into
and you have to live in the village to run for the council.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So Mike.
Any other requirements? English or anything like
that? No. Everybody's out getting their election cards signed now, so you don't have to pay.
There you go.
So they're out getting people to sign up cards for them. And
what does it cost if you don't do that?
It depends on the seat.
I see.
Some are cheap, like $500, and other ones are $2,500. It just depends on how many voters are in the pool. But it's pretty easy to get the cards. I mean, it's not hard. It doesn't matter whether Republican, Democrat, or Independent. Yeah. You simply fill the card out saying, yes, I don't mind this person being on the ballot.
Yeah, there's no party affiliation.
It's just, and you do it. I sign for everybody, Democrats, Republicans. I don't care. It's because I think it's important to have people run for office and let the public choose who they want.
I think it would be actually better overall if, like, senators and representatives and everybody else down the line kind of worked more like the village council does in a lot of ways. Really, well, first of all, you can term and limit out, which I think is a good thing.
I think that's very important.
Yeah, I do too, And, I mean, stay focused. 3 terms, 2 terms?
It's 6 years.
6 years.
What I believe it was.
That's the max.
I think, they changed it.
So that's
I think it was 6 years.
Terms, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I took off and I went back on, so that's the reason I'll have 11 years. It's kind of an odd number.
Yeah.
But I believe it's 6 years.
Okay. So, I mean, along those terms, I mean, I think term limits are a good idea. Just my soapbox.
They are. I think they're great ideas.
But, I mean, really, you got to get new blood coming through. Yeah. And the same old blood gets really old after a while. No offense, but I mean, it's just
it does. You need change. I mean, change is good. And there's 5 votes, so if you can get 5 people or even 3 people to agree on your idea, then it might be a good idea.
Sure. Are they always as committed as you are to do all the research that's required? That you just mentioned.
It's a matter of opinion.
Chuckle said no, but
it's a matter of opinion. There's sometimes I feel that staff as well as the other members have not studied stuff, or they don't have the knowledge.
Gotcha.
The in-depth knowledge. We just had, at the last meeting, we're going to be dredging some canals. So I have experience in that. So I said, where are you going to put the spills at when you dredge it?
Yeah.
Do you have permission? Do you have permits? Do you have all this other stuff? And they ended up having all that. It just wasn't in the package.
Yeah, but you look around the room and you see half a dozen people kind of blinking with their mouths open.
And like I said, if there was a restaurant question, Mike Forrester would beat me
the guy.
Down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a radio question would be one of you guys. You know what I mean? Everybody has their specialty. Mine just happens to be different things. So it's a nice blend because Jim's a realtor.
Yeah,
and so he has a lot of background on that, and I have a lot of real estate background. So between 2 of us, we can see a lot of things.
Right.
And like I said, Mike has a lot of business background, and he's been on the council, like I said, 10 years now.
Wow. And what kind of explosives did you approve for the canals?
They banned it last time I tried that.
Yeah.
They refused.
Now, is the canal dredging, is that going to be part of the project that was post-Irma, or this is something new?
Okay, it's simply removing sand and debris that had washed in.
Okay.
There is no dredging to make it deeper. There's no removing any
silt removal.
Yeah,
if you will.
Down there on the lower Matacumbe on the Bayside, there's some sanded in areas.
Right.
Remember where that house collapsed?
Yeah.
Right in that area.
Right.
Some of the properties actually washed out and filled in the canals.
Sure.
The sand got turned up by the storm and actually made places where at low tide you have you can actually walk out there. I have photos from some of the residents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're looking at the docket for what's what's going to come up in front of the council.
There's interesting. We just had a settlement with Paul Bates, which was exciting.
Right.
What? We agreed on that.
Long time.
20 years.
Is it really?
That
Jesus.
I think he was the first lawsuit in the village. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
You might be right, man, because I was around when that was filed.
Yeah. We came out to a good settlement. It worked for both of us.
Everybody's happy?
Well, everybody's a little unhappy, so that means it's a good settlement.
That's the better side of that. That's the perfect answer for that.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely spot on right. Yeah. You cannot make everyone happy. But if you can make everybody just a little unhappy, I think you're much better off.
So that's solved. So that's great. Moving forward with that, they'll allow that property to be developed into something more.
That's a handsome.
It's a very nice property.
Yeah,
it's
really,
great.
Very nice.
But, it takes a lot of stress off the village staff. Takes a lot of stress off Paul. So everybody can move forward now and be
You're
happy.
talking about Coconut Grove, right?
Coconut Cove.
Yeah,
Coconut Cove.
Yeah. Can you discuss any of that? I mean, is it?
Well, it's public record. We just voted on it. It's just it was the specific terms I'd have to look up. But reading over it,
it's going to stay a commercial site, correct? Or is it?
But he has the right to develop it any way he wants. We're not telling him. We're just telling him you have so many units and you have so much space and so much commercial.
Right.
You're allowed to do whatever you want within those parameters. And he's happy and we're happy to that effect.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, I am really surprised that one finally settled out, to tell you the truth. That's awesome.
Shouldn't do it there.
What's going on there?
No, I'm good. We're all good.
Right.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
It's, I enjoyed my time off. And I think a little taste of going back is fun. It wasn't
that long, though, was it?
A year.
You were actually gone for a full year?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Had anything changed?
Well, we actually got to the second tab. No, there's a lot of things happen. It's just, there's always something new popping up. Of course, the crosswalk now.
Yeah.
They got to move the water line and the electric line, and that's,
That's definitely going to happen.
$3 million. Well, no.
Oh.
It's moving forward.
Whoa, all right, wait a second, because I do want to talk about the crosswalk.
No
that
kidding.
was on my list. We are 20 minutes in front, actually 19 minutes in front of the hour, so we're going to take a break. I'm going to let you.
All right,
you
big
got
topic.
about 2 minutes to think about it, but the crosswalk is a big topic.
Big topic
so,
here locally.
We'll come back and we'll talk crosswalks here in just a couple of minutes.
Keys, folks, it's that time of year again. You are running every which way you can, and it seems like you just cannot keep up. That's right, it's season. Not that season. Tax season. Hi, this is Mark Mills. For the last 10 years, Marshall Walker and his team at H&R Block in Key Largo, the one over by the Publix, well, they have done my taxes through thick and thin. H&R Block has been there for me, and they have won my taxes. Let H&R Block in Key Largo, next to the Publix, get your taxes won. The end of tax season is nigh. Call now, 305-451-2562.
This is your Key West Honorary Mayor, Gonzo Mays, and you're listening to Radio A1A, music for the road to paradise. So damn the carnations, full speed ahead.
Surprise! Great for a birthday, anniversary party. But a real estate transaction, that is not what you want. You don't want surprises when it comes to closing a real estate deal. The way to a smooth closing with no surprises is Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys. Call Ginny or Pam or even Irene. Hey, these three gals will take care of you. Close your transaction smoothly with no surprises. Real estate closings, 1031 exchange, escrow, all your needs are taken care of there with no surprises. It's Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys. Call 305-451-0032 or just Google up Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys.
We're back. You're listening to The View on Radio A1A or CruisinCountry.com, and we are live from Paradise, from the Bayside Gourmet, 82.7 on the Bayside, heart of Islamorada, probably the best Italian food and pizza you're ever going to have, unless you get an invitation to eat at the Sante house, or the Mills house, for that matter. I make pretty good pizza. Yeah, see, my wife's backing me up on that one. You got to love that stuff, man. I'm telling you. We're together, baby, forever. As long as she likes my pizza, we're there. But I'm telling you, folks, this is a great little restaurant. You got to, I don't know, best kept secret or what, but you know what? The food is just you're an old,
Me?
Italian food guy.
Indeed.
Former mobster out of Alabama.
The Dixie Mafia.
Give me a plate of spaghetti with my ham and eggs. Right.
Grits and spaghetti. Well, spaghetti and grits.
Kind of like eating in Omaha. My dad used to joke about that all the time. That you couldn't in nowhere in Omaha, because all of Omaha was developed as a defense contract, and of course there were all mob ties to the contractors who built all the SAC sites and everything else, and the Air Force bases and everything where all the B-52s were kept. So you couldn't go in and order bacon and eggs without getting a side of pasta with it.
So you have deducted that there are mob ties to the overpass, right?
Not yet, but I'm working on it, pal. Not yet.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Giant contract.
Crosswalk.
I was in the hospital last week, and they gave me some things.
I did. I was in 3 weeks ago, and they gave me some stuff like, hey, yellow.
Yes.
So let's talk about crosswalks. What's the deal?
Well, the DOT approved the crosswalk. The village voted to go forward with it.
Right.
And while they were doing the engineering, they discovered the aqueduct water line is underneath the road, and the power lines are too close to the crosswalk. So they both have to be moved.
Yeah.
And
nothing to it, right?
These are just rough estimates, but they're talking $3 million for both of them. And it could be less or more depending on how much they have to move and where they have to move to. So while Mike is up in Tallahassee, he's actually meeting with the DOT people to see if they originally said they would reimburse the aqueduct and the electric co-op for any money spent to move those items. So they're up there discussing that during Florida Days right now.
Yeah.
Have they forgotten they said that?
No. It's all negotiable.
Yeah.
But as a council member, I voted for it. But the last meeting, I said I'm favoring a crosswalk, a push button crosswalk that they turn on and off, meaning you just can't ride your bicycle by and push the button and laugh because you're stopping traffic. It would be turned on and off for events and whatnot. And the reason being is the big thing with a crosswalk was the originally started out to help traffic flow.
Right.
And then it became a public cry to children's safety.
Right.
Well, I agree with both those in concept, but in reality, I've discovered that driving up and down the road, that when you go through the Phil Keys or anywhere, if somebody has a flat tire, if a police officer pulls somebody over, if somebody has an antique car on the side of the road, it doesn't matter what it is. If there's anything out or just the water.
Yeah.
Tourists and people slow down to look at the water or look at the boats or look at whatever. So it doesn't really matter. Jewfish Creek has absolutely nothing on it, no lights, nothing.
No.
And you come over Jewfish Creek and you come to a standstill because the tourists, whoever, are slowing down because they want to see the boats and the pretty water.
Yeah.
Which, that's the Keys. So that being said, I don't think a crosswalk is going to affect the traffic because you're talking
probably not.
The nautical flea market comes up. So even without that, without a crosswalk.
Yeah. Now, is that the location? Is it right there at Founders?
Yeah, right at Founders.
Okay.
So what will happen is people are going to slow down anyway just because there's some kind of event there. They're going to crane their head to read the sign or say what. So
always.
Traffic-wise, I personally feel it's not going to make a difference.
Right.
And plus we have the bridge opening and closing, which stops traffic right here.
Seems to, yeah.
And then going on to safety, yes, that's always a concern of children or adults even crossing the road, but theoretically that means we need a crosswalk every 100 feet down the entire Keys. People are always crossing the highway.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're getting run over.
Well, but it's very dangerous.
They just had a pedestrian killed in Key Largo.
Yeah.
But, again, there's always both sides of the coin. This pedestrian, I don't know the details, but it was at night and chose to walk across the highway and get hit by a car. So I don't know whether the car had the headlights off or whether they didn't see the car.
Hard to say. It really is.
I almost hit a pedestrian because they were coming out of one of the restaurants wearing black. Black pants and shirt, I guess the bar backs or whatever.
Well, sure.
And they're walking the edge of the road.
Yeah.
And, you're driving. You can't see them. All of a sudden, I go,
there's a human being
common
there.
sense. Remember common sense?
Yeah.
Get a reflective jacket or try not walking on the edge of the road.
Right.
Things like that. And like I said, I'm not saying there isn't safety issues because a lot of people use the park, so it's a more concentrated area, similar to Key Largo.
Right.
But I think for the cost of a crosswalk versus the cost of an overpass, plus it's going to be, some people call it an eyesore. Some people think it'll be nice because they'll have fish on it or whatever.
Sure.
But regardless, it's still a lot of money to spend on something.
Well, in a well-lit, well-established crosswalk, that one's already got a history. I mean, it's been there for
Key Largo?
a while. Yeah, I know. In Islamorada by Founders. Well,
there isn't one.
Okay.
What there is during the events, the police will stand there and stop the traffic so people can walk, because they park on the old road and walk across.
My point. I mean, people are kind of used to it already. They're conditioned. So when an actual crosswalk goes up there with semaphores, lights, something that can be animated, I think people would be more apt to obey the signals and watch for them. Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. And again, these are all opinions of mine.
Yeah.
I don't represent the council. It's just my opinion. The way the crosswalk's designed is...
Nor do I. So.
The way the crosswalk's designed is they all have an entrance ramp.
Right.
So if you're parked on the south side of the crosswalk, you've got to walk past the crosswalk all the way down to the entrance ramp and then come back up.
Right.
Or they're also going to put elevators in for handicap access.
Well, that's for a bridge over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to put an elevator in also.
Right.
So you're going to have this...
It can be big bucks.
Well, you're a young guy, or at least you think you're young, so you're going to look at the traffic and go, I can make it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just human nature.
Thump.
From Key Largo, they got a crosswalk, and within 100 feet, people are running across the highway.
Yeah.
To get to the other side because they want to get to Wendy's or whatever.
Yeah.
Annual maintenance must be pretty high on something like that.
In the beginning, it would be low. It'd just be the elevator, electric, and whatnot.
Well,
but over the years, it'll start to add up when it starts getting fatigued.
Salt environment will show signs.
Look how much
of
work
age.
they've been doing on these bridges.
Oh yeah,
they're constantly sandblasting them and repainting them and things.
Yeah, I mean it's huge, and it's kind of surprising. The Key Largo crosswalk, though, I do remember early on once it was lit up. There were some people that were squished there, as I remember.
Well, I don't remember being squished. There was a lot of accents there, but it's because, and it was kind of humorous because some of the locals got in accidents because you're not used to stopping.
Right.
So what happens? You're driving along and you're not paying attention. You're looking at your phone or whatever.
Right.
And the car and stuff stops. The tourists actually they do a good job of stopping because it's new to them.
Right.
And the other thing about the crosswalk is kind of humorous. So I'm up there all the time, so it's kind of funny. The law says when the light turns red, you stop.
Yeah.
When it starts flashing, you're allowed to go. Even though it's red, you just make sure there's no pedestrians and go.
Stop, look both ways, and then go.
I get more beeps and people yelling at me because I'm running the red light. That's what they call it. You're running through the pedestrian.
Yeah.
We tried putting up posts on Facebook, and it doesn't help.
I've kind of always gone that way, and I got. Nobody sitting close by has ever yelled at me for it yet, but I'll sit there and wait, solid red, let everybody go, and once the red starts flashing, dude, I'm gone. If that lane is empty,
that's legal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Just people aren't used to that.
No,
but that's the whole idea because it allows the idea. DOT did that because it allows for people to spend less time stopping.
What was the original thing with the Key Largo crosswalk with?
It was Kay Thacker and that group is who lobbied to get
lights.
It was originally just a yellow flashing light.
Yeah, right.
And then they pushed the button.
Yeah.
And it would change. But everybody kept running it because they just weren't used to it.
It seemed like people were just freaking out for some unknown reason.
It's just human nature. They put a stop sign by Coral Isles Church.
Yeah, I remember.
On the old highway.
Sure.
And I lived over there behind Old Tavern Restaurant.
Yep.
I ran that stop sign for like 3 days in a row because I'd never stopped there.
Sure.
And I'd go by and go, oh, man, it's a stop sign.
Oops.
And so they finally put one like on a post in the street.
Right.
And then after a week, you're used to it.
Yeah.
But it's just in your mind. It's just...
You got to recondition people.
You drive the stretch.
Especially all the time.
Okay, so what happens is you leave Key Largo, you go across Jewfish Creek, you go, wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're looking around and go, wow, I'm in Homestead.
Yeah.
You're driving, but your mind floats off.
See ya. Yeah. And the little wake-up call you get from somebody as they go around you on the right side, and the draft from their car sort of pulls you a little bit to one, There's fond memories of the stretch I will take with me to the grave, to say the least. So
better than it used to be when they posted the number of hundreds of people killed on US 1.
Well, I was part of those, that was all the media guys going, they're killing people wholesale up there.
Yeah, it was hundreds.
It was all the way to Key West, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but it was still there was a high number on the stretch.
We always used it as the stretch number.
Yeah. Well, all of it.
That's the death zone.
Mark and any of the old timers who drove the stretch before the wall and all that. you had everybody has colorful experiences of near death. Near-death experiences.
Oh yeah.
I had a boat, go off the trailer.
Those were the
coming at me. The guy locked his brakes up because I think an actual living creature stepped out. Like a I don't know, a dog or something. God knows what it was. But the guy locked his brakes up in his pickup truck. His boat left the back. It was like a Smokey and the Bandit movie, And this thing crossed over and landed behind me, And it was like sunset. It was on a Wednesday evening. There was nothing going on. I was just driving back up to Homestead.
Unbelievable.
What the hell just and of course you're looking over your shoulder and in the rear view and not looking in front of you like there's anything important that could be happening in front of you at 55 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So,
we've had that three
Crazy
abreast.
stuff.
You're driving and somebody just has to pass that last car.
Yeah, they got to get up there, man.
Yeah.
They got to get. They're going to get there sooner than everybody
we were talking
else.
about Doobie. It's common sense. There's a lot. Like I feel bad. Of course, you don't want anybody. You don't want to see anybody get hurt on the road.
No, of course
crossing
not.
the road or anything. But there's responsibility on both sides. First, as a driver, you shouldn't be going 90 through the village or passing in that center yellow lane, which is a big favorite thing.
I love the guy who had the Ferrari who said the car just wants to go fast.
Like that.
Take his keys, take his license, take everything.
His money.
He's just too full of crap.
Yeah. It's just nature. I mean, you can't take the risk out of everything.
No.
I mean, they want to, and attorneys will sue you to.
Make them all a little bit unhappy.
Yeah.
I think that should be on a T-shirt.
If it goes back to using a hairdryer that says don't use it in the tub.
Yeah.
Well, I think Darwin thinks otherwise. I think you should use it in the tub if you feel that's necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Thin the herd.
Thin the herd, right, exactly.
That's the way it works.
Chris, I'll see the headlines tomorrow.
Always a pleasure to have you back on, man.
Thin the herd. I want to clarify that. That was Mark Mills.
Yes,
Mark Mills
I said that, not Chris. All right.
He also made a correlation between the mob and the crosswalk.
That's right.
No, I did not between the mob and
Was
the
it me?
crosswalk. I was talking about, yes, it was you. I was talking about the mob being, governing the unions that were building all of the military installations in Omaha. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact.
That's called the mob is a secret code word for government.
Yeah, that too. So
the scariest
MOB, what's the difference,
DOG.
right?
The scariest words a person can hear from the government. We're here to help you.
Chris, welcome back to the council.
Yes,
welcome
indeed.
back to the program. Come on
Thank
by
you.
anytime, man. Okay.
Enjoy it as always.
Absolutely. Be well, my brother.
All
right, folks. Another edition of The View has come and gone and flown by. I want to. What are you doing to me?
Trying to cut the microphone off.
Yeah, and you cut him off, not me.
Oh,
all
yes,
right,
got it.
H&R Block, Marshall Walker, we thank you so much for being a part of the program. I missed you on the front end of the show, so we'll get you in on the back end, as they say.
Yes, Marshall
like
Walker.
Well, the guy's pretty important.
Yes,
David Hartman, the Fantastic Endeavors. I think that there's good stuff going on there, and we will learn more about that as we go along. Jim LaPointe, check our website. Our local lender, man, he's the guy, especially if you're dealing with mobile homes, anything like that. You're a realtor, you got a situation, maybe needs a little extra special attention, one of those. So Monroe County Bail Bonds, come on down on vacation, leave on probation. They are your people in need, to say the least. Michael Marinelli, thank you, Michael, for coming along on the show. Mr. Service is what we call him in the real estate game. And Chip Bell, author of the Jake Sullivan crime novel series. Go to our website, radioa1a.com. Click on the guy under the tree with the gun. He's the guy with all the answers that will take you to where you can buy all that stuff.
Under the tree.
And that is it for another program. We will see you next Monday. Harry, thank you so much, sir.
You are welcome.